Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Today we're talking about The Whale. If you have not seen it yet, this film is directed by Darren Aronofsky and stars Brendan Fraser, Sadie Sink, and is amazing. I did see it a little while ago and I could have reviewed it then, but I wanted to see it a second time. There was some things that I really needed to let sink in because I was unsure exactly what I wanted to grade this, and I have finally got it together today on what I think about this film. So this is another film produced by A24. These guys just keep on swinging lately with the most daring movies out there. You gave us things like Midsummer, but then they've also given us things like Belle Was Afraid, I think that's what it's called. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard some insane things. Brendan Fraser, my history with him, I loved the Mummy franchise growing up, like a lot of people. Especially that first one, it holds such a special place in my heart, because he was charismatic, right? Like a lot of other action stars at the time, like you had your Tom Cruises and Keanu Reeves and stuff, but he somehow brought this self-awareness and had fun, like in The Mummy, when the mummy yells and screams at him, he just screams right back. And that fun-loving energy, I think, became just so endearing to everybody, so we all had this love for him deep down in our hearts, and to see him come swinging back with something as big as this shows us that he should have been here with us making movies for a lot longer, not just kind of blacklisted by Hollywood for a while. I know something happened, but I don't care to know what that something is. He was just in the spotlight, he was gone for a while, and I'm just so glad he's back. I really wanted to see his interpretation of Firefly in Batwoman, but we're not getting that now. But Brendan Fraser's performance here in The Whale is breathtaking. It's incredible. I was watching it after he won his Oscar for the role, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go into this, let's blow me away, show me what it is. I want to see this Oscar-winning performance. And for the first third, I was trying to suss it out. I don't know why. This is what happens when you become a bit of a film critic and you talk about movies. It's less, you're sitting there and just watching it and enjoying it, and more, is it actually good or not? And I was doing that for about the first third until I stopped seeing Brendan Fraser completely. And I just was invested in the character, the film, and that's what a great performance is and does. He deserved his Oscar here. If you've seen this, you know what I'm talking about, but if you haven't, what are you doing? Sadie Sink is here, and she just fits this character type so well. Like, she pulls it off in Stranger Things, and she pulls it off here. I could say this about each and every actor, so let me just say straight out of the gate, every actor in this is phenomenal. This movie does an incredible job with its prosthetics. Like, Brendan Fraser as the whale, Charlie, he just, I can't tell the point between his face and the fat suit. I just can't. And not for one scene do they slip up and you can tell. You just can't. Although sometimes, and this is coming from a bit of a background in like PT stuff, he anatomically doesn't look right, just with how much weight is on the front. But that's a design choice, that's a complete opinion, not they did it wrong because it's flawless, you can't tell. One of the big things I really wanted to mention when talking about this was the movie's score. My god, it is incredible. They use the horns that you would typically hear when you see a fat person walking in a video and they play that. They use those horns and they turn it into something so dark and foreboding. I swear my sound system was vibrating the entire house. And I haven't heard something so scary. Like, it's not a horror movie, but when this music plays, this gave me chills more than anything I've seen in any recent horror movie. Kind of like the way that The Shining puts you on edge. This just hits you hard. I felt it in my chest. And it's always there and ever present and gloomy, just like the look of this film. It's like The Matrix hits 7 in terms of its color palette, maybe even a hint of the Batman. Even though I'm praising the hell out of this movie, do not mistake me, it's not a very happy movie, it stays gloomy. A good example is whenever there is a moment of levity or a joke or something like that, if Charlie, Brendan Fraser, laughs, he could choke and it could throw him into a fit where he almost dies. So the movie just never eases up. The film also has some brilliant cinematography. It is shot in that old TV or IMAX ratio where there's black bars on the sides, not the top and bottom. I doubt in this instance that it was all shot with IMAX cameras and that they've shrunk the picture down to fit it in, but I don't know. It does fit the aesthetic and vibe of giving you this kind of boxed in feeling when you're watching it. Sometimes in movies it kind of bugs me. It did a little bit the first time I watched the Snyder Cut of the Justice League, but with this it just felt right. Speaking of that boxed in feeling, in that feeling it knows how to create anxiety and keep you there. There's a scene midway through the film where some people happen to be leaving Charlie and you can feel it. It's palpable in the edits alone. Seeing it a second time, I think I've really come to appreciate it much more than I did the first time. I don't know, I just was in the right type of mood and the emotion was flowing, and it made me not only feel like great movies do, but it made me feel. These type of reviews aren't your go to Rotten Tomatoes and read a very analytical piece that has all these big words. This is more we're going for a vibe here on this channel. Sometimes there isn't a word to describe the way something makes you feel, and it just hit here. Now I do want to talk about one specific theme, D-list plot happening in the film, so if you want absolutely no spoilers, skip to this time code here. However, it's not a huge spoilery thing. I just want to talk about it because this is me talking about this movie, and this movie's given me a lot to sink my teeth into, so I just want to talk about it. So one of Charlie's little hobbies, and it's kind of a background thing in between the more tense scenes, is that he puts food on this plate, fresh fruit, and just leaves it outside for this bird to come and eat from it. And the film goes back to this multiple times until eventually Ellie ends up breaking this plate. So you're not getting any huge story beats, okay? Don't worry. But I wanted to talk about the meaning. It wasn't there by accident, and I've seen a couple people talk about it, and I think most people see it very surface level. It's because Charlie is a very empathetic person. He cares for a lot of people, much more than he does himself, and he even cares for the bird that comes by the window. But because of the neglect of his own daughter over X amount of years, she breaks the plate out of anger. But what I think's going on is that Ellie thinks that the food plate is drawing the bird away from its family, so by smashing the plate, she's letting the bird go back to its family. And Charlie knows that Ellie thinks that of this plate, so it's reaffirming to him that she is a good person. If that makes sense, hopefully it does. I feel like I say that every episode. I end up going on some rambly tangent and not making any sense at all. I can't believe any of you have subscribed. So The Whale, acting, knocked it out of the park. Brendan Fraser won his Oscar. I'm proud. That's a weird thing because I'm so much younger, but I feel proud of him. Does that even work? I don't know. I just am. I'm so happy for this man. The movie's atmosphere, it's just dripping in this dreary, teal, infested, I don't know. It's prosthetic work, flawless. It creates anxiety with just its edits, the music, the score. It's incredible. There's nothing bad I can say about this movie. So, The Whale for me. Really? Really right now, phone? I bloody forgot to turn it off. So I haven't done this in a while and I'm so happy to be doing it again. The Whale from me is going to get a perfect 10 out of 10 legendary status. Blake's seal of approval. Still don't have the sticker. Why did I say it again? Does not matter. Double boom sound effect. This movie earns it. Guys, this movie blew me away. It's incredible. But I do want to let you know that it's not a happy movie. Again, it is a depressing, anxiety-filled film. It's just done so well and so flawlessly that I have to give this a 10. So if you're in the mood, check out The Whale. As always, guys, thanks for coming back. Thanks for all the support. I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. Let's try to push this number up. Dropping a like on the video if you enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this. If you've made it through to the end of the video, you're a bloody legend, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.